Turning now to politics, the mass shootings in San Bernardino has brought the issue of gun control back to the halls of Congress and to the campaign trail. Here with me now is John Heilemann. He is a managing editor of Bloomberg Politics and the co-host of With All Due Respect. Thank you, sir, for coming. You have been around politics enough to know that after these mass shootings, everybody says, what are we going to do?
Yeah, and then nobody does anything.
And they don't do anything.
Right.
Nothing changes about guns. Nothing changes about much things. And then the next one happens and we go through the cycle again. As a person who covers culture and America and politics, is this going to be different?
I don't think it'll be different at all. And, you know, we saw yesterday a couple of measures put forward on gun control in the Senate as attempted riders on bills. Dianne Feinstein wanted to make it so that if you were on the terrorist watch list, meaning you can't, on the no-fly list, you wouldn't be able to buy a gun.
That's a point that the president had made, too.
Point the president's made. Defeated, out of hand, knocked away. Joe Manchin and a couple of some Republicans who had said supported.
Joe Manchin, a Democrat.
Who had put up, after Newtown, had put up the idea of universal background checks so they would apply to gun shows as well as going to gun stores. That idea was part of a big package of gun control, gun safety measures that got put up, as I said, in the wake of Newtown. Got rejected then, got rejected again yesterday in basically the same way. Totally partisan votes. Republicans all voting against, Democrats all voting for, with a couple of exceptions on the universal background checks. Like there are 4 Republicans who sided with the Democrats, but not enough to matter. You know, the Republican refrain on this, which is the Second Amendment trumps all, we should enforce existing laws, we're not enforcing them well enough, and we need more work on mental health,
right.
Some of which have merit. Yes, we should. And we should enforce existing laws. Right, they're right about those. But the only question is whether that's enough. Democrats go further and say, look, the fact that we've had now 352, I believe, this year, mass shootings in America, that's a rate of more than 1 a day.
And the fact that we're more violent, we have more gun violence than any other country.
We've had since in the world, yes. And yet the power of the gun lobby, the power of the gun industry in this country, and the way that our House and Senate work make it impossible, basically, apparently, to pass meaningful legislation to change it.
Will it be a big issue in the campaign?
I don't think it will be a big issue in the campaign in the sense that it's one of those issues where this is not an issue where there's a lot of disagreement. What's shocking about this issue is that there's not that much disagreement. You know, most of these proposals that Democrats put forward have the support of 80% or 85%. These gun safety measures, like the ones that got rejected yesterday, have the support of like 85% of Americans, and have the support of a majority of gun owners and a majority of NRA members. And yet, that doesn't seem to change the calculus that governs the way that legislation works. And so, yes, Hillary Clinton is going to talk a lot about this and has been talking a lot about it. She's been very out front on gun control, more aggressive on it in some ways than President Obama has been. Bernie Sanders talks about it a lot. The Democratic side will talk about it a lot. They think that the calculus is changing electorally in the country. I'm not sure that that's true, but I think there will be some discussion of it for sure. Whether it will be the kind of discussion that ultimately rises to salience, where people actually vote on the issue, I'm not sure about that.